So, Mr. Let's start with the squad, because this is the day of the selection. Libus is available again, back in the roster, but there is two new members on the board, two strikers, Redzic Damir and Donát Bárány. I guess you watched them since a lot of time, but
yes.
Why now, and how do you choose them to be here for the two games in November?
The main reason was that in overall, of course, we didn't want to change too much the squad. We invited 24 players that are the same of the last invitations. I think since September the squad shows to be more compact, more united, more together as a team. So there were no reason to change too much. And of course, I think that also the personality of the players, even if they are not properly between the first 11, are very important to keep the chemistry of the team, also not only during the training session but also outside of the pitch. So this is the reason, because we didn't want to change too much. But of course, keeping an eye to our players playing in Hungary, playing abroad, I think that it was the right moment to invite Donát, because the thing that I more appreciate is his attitude to fight from the beginning till the end. And this is always what I ask to the team, what I ask to the players. And he is a clear example in this sense. Of course, he has also other qualities. He is doing really well with this team in this championship. There are other interesting players in Debrecen. Some is playing in the U21, like Szót. There is also coaches. We are following everybody. And sooner or later, if they will continue, if they will improve even in some little details, they could be also part of the squad. And for the rest also, we follow Redzic Damir since a bit. He's a very interesting winger. Quick, fast, very good dribbling, very good in the 1-against-1. So with his characteristics, together with some of the others, like Gruber for instance, we try to give a more complete skills to our squad, and then we will see in which way, if there will be the case to employ him or them or not. It's depending on many things, also on the way in which they could train with us, of course.
Damir has a great shoot. He showed it a couple of days ago in that. And he has a double citizenship because he's Bosnian too. I read somewhere that the Bosnian captain was at that game, so maybe he also watched him. It's a kind of race between Hungary and Bosnia too.
I spoke with. I always say that for me the most important thing between the players that I'm inviting, of course, is that they must be absolutely committed and happy to defend the colors of the Hungarian national team. I haven't got to convince anybody to come to play for Hungary. They must convince me. So it's totally different thing. And I spoke with him. He's very happy to represent, in the case, Hungary. When I spoke with him, he said to me this. So it arrived the moment, and I think that there are no doubts in his mind. He wants to defend the color of Hungary.
Let's talk about the next week, and first about the schedule. Back in September and October, you played Saturday, Tuesday, and you can start the training camp on Monday with the training. Now you will play on Thursday, and you have to travel to Armenia.
So almost without having time to train, without having time to check the details. Of course, we will have to pay attention a lot to the video session and all these things. But of course, on the pitch, we have no time. Basically, on Monday, we will train with, today we check, we will train with 11 players on 26, because The others 15 will play on Sunday, so they need to recover. On Tuesday morning, still they will be not totally recovered, but we will have to make the only training possible to do under the tactical aspect. And we will train on Tuesday, then we will fly there, and then on Wednesday we will have the last training before the match. So we have basically no time, and that's why this is another reason, because it will be no sense to change too much in the squad. So I think that even if we will have not so much time to work, the players already know what we are asking to them. We, of course, in this period we were in contact, but the period was also very short because we played almost 3 weeks ago. So in overall, I think it will be more complicated than the previous, but it will be also for our opponent. We will have a very important match in Armenia, like the last one here against Ireland. And we have to think that we must go there in order to take the 3 points, knowing very well that it will be very difficult, because also the Armenian still they have chance to arrive second in the group, and they will do all their best. And we have seen, especially against Ireland there, how dangerous they are. Also in Ireland, they played a very good match, I think. Also here against us, they were a complicated opponent to play against. So we are absolutely not in the condition to underestimate nobody, especially Armenia, that is a dangerous team.
Let's go back to the defense, and every defense starts with a goaltending, the goalkeeper. Is there a question of goaltending right now in the national team? Because Balázs Tóth jumped in the team and he was very good.
What I would like to say is that I know that the Hungarian national team is very, very loved by the people, and everybody is interested on everything will happen or is happening or happen. I can understand. But I think this is not the case every time to make a dualism between the players. Once happened in the past between Gula and Dibus. And the problem was that not everybody can understand then that in the moment in which the coach, in this case me, is deciding about one goalkeeper or another, everybody has to support who is playing. Maybe not my choice, but who is going to play. Because in the past, happened many times that many fans didn't support, for instance, Gula, when he was the first goalkeeper. So this is something that must be avoided if we really want that the national team could perform in the best of the way possible. Now, I will choose one goalkeeper between Baji and Dini. I think that I will choose in a quite clear way and normal way, and everybody must support the goalkeeper because he's defending our goal.
Yeah, it's clear. I just was interested about that. It's a more complicated case than was it at the beginning of September?
No, I think it was more complicated at the beginning of September. Okay. Now, after the performances, after the fact that Dini was injured for a bit, now he came back since 1 or 2 matches. So in this moment, I think that the decision is absolutely acceptable and understandable above all.
2 more games. It's in a very short time. You will play these 6 qualifier games in 72 days. In this section, in these 2 games, you have to play against Portugal, which is another level. How do you will manage these 2 games together? I mean the squad, I mean the tactics, because that's the 2 last games in this group phase.
Now the next.
Yes, the next 2 games. And
we are just always. Meanwhile, we cannot work here in Telki with the guys. We are preparing all the stuffs. I mean, all the videos or everything we would like to do under the tactical aspect, of course, according to our skills, according to the skills of our opponent, according to their tactical system. So everything is already prepared. Even the standard situation, even the corners or the free kicks, everything is ready. Then from Monday we will start with our staffs Many times we have some, something that is unexpected. We have to change our mind. We have to change our mind to change something in the organization. But of course, like always, everything is prepared. We need only the time to do. We have, in this case, not so much time, but also under this aspect we are prepared. So there are not, of course, there are always question mark regarding the things that we cannot control, but all the things that could be controlled by us till now absolutely are under control.
And we hope everybody will be available, because
this is part of the things that we cannot control. That's why I invited 23 players plus the 3 goalkeepers. That's why I will have to send in the tribune, in the stand, 3 players in the first match. Also because we have 3-4 players who had a yellow card, and we don't know what could happen in Armenia. So that's why we need to be prepared on many aspects, all the aspects that we can control. But for the aspect that we cannot control, we have only to hope to be lucky.